Adamu Zizi, and he's here to tell us about the Gwari history, the history of the Kwali people. He's going to take us back to our roots and tell us how it is we came to stay and settle here in Kwali.
Yeah, welcome. The founder of Kwali was called Ali, and Ali came from Borno, in Borno State. He migrated from Borno to Zaria, and then from Zaria to Old Gaon, and from Gaon to a place called Nakwapunku. Gaon and Nakwapunku are within the same area. They are all in Niger State. It was from Nakwapunku that the man migrated to Kwali Hill, and in Kwali Hill he settled. We also had other farmers and hunters who moved from the same ground where the man lived earlier. They met him at the Kwali Hill. It is there that the settlement grew up to what is now called Kwali. The settlement got its name Kwali from a baobab tree that is called Kwala or Kwali in Gwari language. So Ali actually settled under a baobab tree on Kwali Hill. So when people are going to the man's place, they will describe the settlement as that baobab tree where Ali has settled. So they call it Kwalata or Kwali. And the name Kwali is baobab tree by the dialect of Gaon people, while Kwala is the baobab tree by the dialect of Kwali people. So that shows the relationship between Gaon people and the Kwali people. The man did not become chief where he settled. There we had our first chief, who was called Ochubui. Ochubui became chief in the year 1687 to 1718. And after his death, we had Echu Wari, who became chief in 1718 to 1743. Actually, Kwali has two ruling houses, and these are the two ruling houses. The Bui ruling house, and then Echu Wari ruling houses. So it is from these two ruling houses that we have our chiefs. At the death of Echu Wari in 1743, we now had Echu Nagia. Echu Nagia was on throne from 1743 to 1780. He died in 1780, and after his death, we had Echu Kiama. Echu Kiama became chief in 1780 to 1830. And after his death, we had Echu Maza. Echu Maza became chief in 1830 to 1866. He died, and Echu Dabana took over from 1866 to 1906. It was after his death that the rulership now moved to the first house again, and we had Echu Nize. Echu Nize became chief in 1906. And after his death, we had Echu Nizasan. Echu Nizasan became chief after Kwali people had moved from the top of the hill down to the foot of the hill where we are today, where we are seated today and talking today is the foot of the hill. It was during the reign of Echu Nizasan from 1907 to 1933. When he died in 1933, Echu Deze took over. Echu Deze reigned from 1933 to 1961. After his death, then we had Echu and Izazo Apollo, Echu Nizazo Apollo is actually the grandfather of the present chief Echu Shaban Nizazo the third. So the man became chief in 1961 to 1966. He was actually Matati during the reign of Echu Deze. That is from 1933 to 1961. He was the Madaki of this chief, but he converted from Madaki to chief in 1961 to 1966. He is coming from the first ruling house, that is the Echubuye ruling house. And why he was actually accepted as the Madaki is that the Echu Maza, you yourself, you are from the family of Echu Maza. When Echu Maza died, he told his children that they should not accept chieftaincy. They should not accept to be the chief of the town, because during his own period, he was not given cooperation. And so, when Echu Nizazo, who was now the Madaki to Echu Deze, came to approach the family that he wants to become a chief, the family was obliged and then they accepted. So he now became chief from 1961 to 1966. After his death, then we have Echu Saba. Echu Saba reigned between 1966 to 1982. Echu Saba was a very hardworking and a very nice chief, because during his reign he encouraged students to complain to the authority against the way the Hausa Fulani were maltreating the Gwari people here. And it was during his reign that the Gwari people started to get freedom from the colonial rulers. He died in 1982, and after his death, two chiefs were enthroned the same day. That is Audu Nizazo and Salihu Kwetu. These two people, Audu Nizazo is actually the father of the present chief, and then he was enthroned the same day. It was Salihu Kwetu. Our colonial headship to ban Audu Nizazo as a chief, but Salihu Kwetu was accepted by the people. People wanted him, and therefore they decided that he would be their chief. So the people to ban him, and when Audu Nizazo discovered that it was not possible for him to rule people who do not want him, he had to ban himself. So he left the town since 1984 to date. Nobody knows his whereabouts. But Echu Kwetu continued as the chief of Kwali from 1984 to 1997. It was after the death of Echu Kwetu that Echu Shaban Nizazo, the present chief, was to ban as the chief of Kwali from 1997 to date. And I'm sure you are aware that he's a second-class chief in the Federal Capital Territory. This is the brief history of Kwali. So Kwali that started as a small village under a boba tree has grown to a local government in Federal Capital Territory with all this number of chiefs that have ruled her up to date. That is the history.
This the second-class chief he was honored with. Does that mean that when the next chief comes up, he will also be a second-class chief?
Yes. The second-class chief is meant for Etu, and it's not meant for a particular person, but meant for Etu, that is the throne. The Etu of Kwali is supposed to be a second-class chief. So if he passes on, whoever comes to that throne will now automatically be to ban as a second-class chief.
This is the history of the Kwali people. This is the names and people that have ruled us right from the time it started, from under a baobab tree, Kwala, till this day. That's to show that we were civilized and we had our own government before any other people, or as long as Kwali town has been, we have been ruled and we had government, law and order, how things were done, the do's and don'ts were already there. Even before anybody came to lay down laws for people to follow, we were organized as a people. Thank you, Mr. Adewale.
Thank you very much.